Remember, these looks of yours is only going to be there for your youth anyway. So if you think you are so pretty, or you make your entire identity be based on how pretty you are going to grow old, and the outer shell of beauty is going to vanish. And what is going to be left inside? Your inner self that is rotten and that is vile. You are a masterpiece. So don't look down on yourself just because society says you don't match the prettiness standard. Welcome, my royal squad, back to my channel. This is your Queen Angel. Yes. And today, oh yeah, this is my bedroom, by the way. I am back home from my uni dorm. But yeah, I hope you like it. And today, our topic is going to be on pretty privilege. Ah, yes, I know, a very triggering topic. I was kind of scared to make it, but I was like, I have to make it. So, I have pretty privilege. Now what? Let's get right into the video. So, I know this is a very triggering topic, but I don't mean to hurt anybody. I do admit that I have pretty privilege. Well, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, but I do have pretty privilege. Like things like people just wanting to help me just because. And also people thinking I'm a good person because of the halo effect. I'll put it on the screen what the halo effect is. However, like everything else in life, having the pretty privilege comes with its advantages and disadvantages. And I'm not complaining, please, because I know the internet is very sensitive nowadays. I am not complaining. But these are some of the disadvantages I've seen. So people just thinking I'm dumb. Just because I'm pretty, I'm dumb. So I have to work extra hard in school to be recognized for my brains to be seen and not just overshadowed by my beauty. So this was especially evident when I was in school and sixth form, and yeah. So I had to work extra hard. It's not enough to maybe be the top 10 or something in class. I always wanted to work hard to be like maybe top 5, especially back in sixth form. And because I'm a girl too, people don't really take you seriously when it comes to your brains. So I felt like those were two weaknesses against me. So I had to work extra hard. So I always made sure that I was maybe top 5 in each and every one of my classes. So yeah, it was a tough one. Number 2, guys find me to be intimidating. Guys, am I intimidating? Like look how innocent I look. But guys find me to be intimidating. So because they find me to be intimidating, they would stare. Sometimes I feel like people would, like, guys just, I feel like I have a hole in my face from the staring. I know I'm exaggerating, but that's how I feel. And because I'm shy too, but they would stare so much, but they would never approach. I'm like, what is happening? I think one of the reasons is because they find me intimidating, or they think I might have a boyfriend already. No wonder I've never had one. Or maybe they might just not like me. But sometimes this is good. But other times it's bad because somebody just man up already. Number 3. So like I said, when you have the pretty privilege, people just like to help you just because. But other times, and I've been seeing this a lot, some people would not want to help me. They might help somebody else, but they will not want to help me. Like something I would do for them, they might not want to do it for me because they feel like I might be using them. The thing, because I'm pretty, I can, like, it's kind of like reverse, like, because I'm pretty, people like to help me, but because they notice that I am pretty, so people like to help me, they want to do the opposite, you know, things like that. So yeah, and I'm not using you, like, I really don't like to use people, so please don't think I'm using you. Also, if you look at the video above, you see that I used to be very skinny. If you click on the link above after this video, I used to be very skinny, but this pretty face was still there. It was still there. So because of that, guys noticed me. But because they knew they had something to use against me, my boniness, they would tear me apart with that. Especially if I rejected them or if I was playing hard to get or whatsoever. So because of that, yeah, I wanted to be invisible. So I hated the pretty privilege or whatsoever. I just hated it because of that. So what is the solution to this privilege that you get just because you are pretty? You know, it's very sad that our society is very focused on looks and lookism, and because of that, the drastic measures people will go just to fit that standard. It's like very sad. However, we are all one in God's eyes. God made us equally. Even when God was selecting the king of Israel after King Saul, and he went to the house of David, you see, Samuel, the prophet, expected God to choose David's brothers, because they were tall and they were good looking and they had nice statures, you know. And if you're going to represent the country as the king, it is expected by us human beings to look like that. But God rejected them and he chose David, the youngest one, instead. Because God said he does not look at appearance, he looks at the heart. Unlike human beings who will only look at the outward appearance. And also, pretty privilege seems to be more beneficial to women because, like, it's more seen in women because women are, according to society, women have to look good at all times. However, God said, charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Why? Because a woman who fears the Lord is a caring, loving, good-hearted woman who makes being with the Lord and pleasing the Lord her number one priority, instead of making her entire identity being based on her pretty privilege or her looks or her beauty or her charm. The Bible also says that do not let your adorning be external with the clothes you wear or the jewelry or whatsoever. And it's not saying that not because you shouldn't look pretty, but you shouldn't make your beauty and how you want to dress, like how people want to buy designer clothes so badly that they will even use their house rent or whatsoever because they want to fit in. The Bible says don't let your adorning be your identity, be everything that you are. That does not mean that you should be treating yourself anyhow, but just that don't let your jewelry, your hairstyles, your bags, your shoes or whatever be everything that you are. Be your self-identity. Don't identify yourself with such materialistic goods. Also, those with pretty privilege that like to look down on other people that may not have pretty privilege. Remember, these looks of yours is only going to be there for your youth anyway. After you turn like 30 or 35 onwards, your looks start deteriorating. It starts going down. So if you think you are so pretty or you make your entire identity be based on how pretty you are going to grow old and the outer shell of beauty is going to vanish. And what is going to be left inside? Your inner self that is rotten and that is vile. And will people want to come out? The people that were around you and liked you and liked to help you or whatever, and the guys that were all about you because you were pretty, would you find them again? No. They're going to go to that girl that you think is so not pretty or is so ugly, but is good and has a kind heart. You know, the heart. Yes, you might attract guys with your beauty, but what will make them stay is your heart and your personality. Remember, we are all fearfully and wonderfully made by our Creator, God. He made us so fearfully and wonderfully in our mother's womb. He literally knitted each and every one of us. Regardless of how you look, whether you look 10 times better than whosoever, he knitted us the same way. And God does not see that, oh, I made this girl prettier than whatever. Because according to God, we are all beautiful. We are all his masterpieces. You are a masterpiece. So don't look down on yourself just because society says you don't match the prettiness standard. Me, I might be pretty. People might see me as pretty, but I don't really match the beauty standard of blue eyes and blonde hair or whatsoever. So what somebody finds to be pretty about me, another person will not find to be pretty. Because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Even you might have pretty privilege in this country, but when you go to Africa or whatsoever continent, you might not have it there. So when you don't have it there, then and your entire life is just based on saying, oh, I'm so pretty or whatsoever, then what are you going to do then? See? So it's time that we don't base, especially those with pretty privilege, you don't make your entire identity your pretty privilege. So let your privilege be your kind heart and your heart for God. Let it be that you are privileged, that you are able to love God, and you are able to be called a child of God. That's why I call you guys my royal squad, because we are child of God. And even if you're not a child of God, you are going to be a child of God with this channel, in Jesus' name. Yes, so let that be our privilege, instead of just trying to succumb to society's expectations. Because in the end, we are all going to go 6 feet deep. I know it's a very hard topic to say, but it's the truth. But if we are people that fear the Lord and love the Lord, even if we go 6 feet deep, in the end, we're going to be with our God. The next video will be coming in 1, 2. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, my royal squad. I hope you loved this video. I love you too. 3.